Well, Fortune City, I hate to say I told you so, but, well, you know how it is. It's with a heavy heart that I must report of the terrible wounds inflicted upon community pillar Preston Masterson, heir to the Masterson Motors Corporation. Preston and his friends were just minding their own business when a gang of rough-neck street toughs stormed their clubhouse in the Galleria and beat the living daylights out of them. Folks, I try not to get too graphic on the show. I know that kids are listening, but stuff like this really steams my broccoli. You've got these young men in the prime of their lives, working hard and using their natural God-given gifts to stay afloat in this world, and you decide you want to take them down a notch? I hear these ruffians, these absolute miscreants, pardon my French, even stole some of their property. Absolutely unconscionable. Of course, by no means should this freak accident be any cause for alarm. My sources with the Peacekeepers tell me that those responsible were apprehended and are no longer posed any danger to anyone, and that the injuries sustained by Preston and his friends are healing marvelously. They should be discharged any day now. Don't forget, folks, you're in Fortune City. You're safe here, and nothing is going to change that. Hello. Welcome to Roll Dice and Cry. Thank you for listening. My name is Zachary, your friendly neighborhood GM. You can find me on Twitter at ObfuscatingGod. And today I am joined by my good friends, Sloan.
Hello, I'm Sloan. You can find me on Twitter at _SloanZone.
Emily Respec.
I'm Emily. I'm on Twitter at The Blue Valkyrie. I might have a by the time you listen to this, I think I probably will have my website set up, but who knows?
Nikita.
Hey, I'm Nikita. You can find me on Twitter at Chanderclear. I have nothing out and I don't exist.
And Mari Costa.
Hi, I'm Mari. You can find me on Twitter at Marinskos. My webcomic is perrytale.com. And I'm not on Roll20 yet, and I'm trying to get there. There's so many buttons that I have to click to go to Roll20.
Should we also go over like the characters we play?
Absolutely. Also, I got Life of Melody last week. It's good.
Oh, nice.
I got all the pins and stuff, too. It's great.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Yes, let's go over characters. You want to just run through the same order with your characters?
Yeah. I play Theo Sinclair. He is what is his playbook? Hunter?
He's a hound dog.
Hound.
A hound.
I knew the vibes. He is the hound, and he is a detective.
Yes.
I play Marge Devlin. That is the Cutter playbook. I am a old woman, a werewolf, ex-mafia, and I am Theo's business partner.
Mom.
Mm-hmm. Business partner.
Yeah.
His mom.
I play Bailey Sarton, who is a dead inventor and tinkerer whose ghost is possessing a vacuum cleaner / household aid unit called a Daily. Yep. It's a robot. I'm playing the Hull playbook, and I am Loic's responsibility and burden.
All right. Look.
Right, I am Loic, Luck, and Loic is a real fake medium. I'm playing the playbook of Whisper, which is the wizard of Blaze in the Dark, basically.
Yes, closest thing you got. You can. There's moves where you can shoot lightning at your fingertips, which is as wizardy as we're gonna get.
Really?
Yeah, Tempest.
Oh shit, I thought it was just like the little lightning rod, my taser.
No, the Tempest special ability says you can push yourself to do one of the following: unleash a stroke of lightning as a weapon, or summon a storm in your immediate vicinity.
Sick. That's gonna be so different from my other character that I have from the other campaign.
Yeah, right?
It's really fresh and new to me.
Oh man. Next time you're gonna play like a fire person.
With lightning.
Yeah.
With firebenders, right, yeah. Alright. So it is you have completed your case. Your last case. You have sussed out the one who did the Chromios wrong.
It was the Chromios.
It was the Chromios.
It was
The call was coming from inside the house.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't the brother.
No, it wasn't. Well, it was the brother, but he
was
like
the brother.
was. It was the brother and also Pipes. That was so. Rewind a little bit. That was why the ghost saw someone leaving at 6 and someone leaving
Yeah,
at 9.
I figured that out.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Well, to be fair, it's not that I couldn't have. I just simply did not consider anything after we solved the case. I was like, don't need to know anything more.
Were they both wearing the same shit then? Because both ghosts were like, yeah, big trench coat and like couldn't see the
Average.
face. Yeah, average.
Yeah, they were both. They were literally wearing the same trench coats because Pipes took it from
Oh, okay.
Tommy and then wore it again when he went back.
He prepared for ghosts. He was prepared for the ghost alibi.
No, he was trying to make it look like the birdies did.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
And
Tommy just
they
didn't want
could
to be
only
seen.
afford one
Yeah.
coat.
Yeah.
The idea that I had was that like Tommy went and did it, and then Pipes was like, "Oh, I can use this to my advantage." Anyway,
I forget why Pipes did it. Is it to protect is it because he didn't want the other one to get hurt? Was that it?
No, it was a less good reason.
Right.
It
I
was-
can't remember which one it was.
It was. We shouldn't be like we shouldn't be giving these guys the time of day. I'm going to manufacture a reason that we can go and like beat the shit out of them.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
mission
That's
accomplished there, too.
Yeah, we did it. We did
Dina
that.
because Dina was like, "Yeah, we'll race them as our tribe has always done."
Our tribe has always done.
Feels like
Since
Pipes
time
should
In
pay
all
immemorial.
your
us.
3 years of existence.
Yeah. What
Feels
was
like
that, Mari?
Pipes should pay us. We basically did his plan.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you can ask him. You can ask them that if you want, if you can find him.
Oh, he's gone.
He's
I don't know.
gone.
We rolled 5. Yeah, we rolled 5 on forgiveness, so we got a mixed forgiveness success.
See, it feels like there should be a distinction between a 5 and a 4 to me for some reason. For some reason, a 5 is so close to a 6. I'm like, yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. All right. So that has been done. You have been paid your requisite 2 coins,
$2.
$200. You don't make as much money in this version of the game. I'm sure I mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
Last time we did pay off. We did heats. We did entanglements. You rolled the calling you out entanglement, which means that the birdies, what birdies are not in the hospital are now driving up and down the street outside of your office.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
call out post online about third eye investigation.
Third eye
Marge
investigation
is
is problematic. Yeah. Yes. So like day and night now, hot rods are just boom, 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 and then as soon as if you walk towards them, they just peel away.
I want to remind
That's right.
everybody that Marge does not live at Third Eye Investigation, so I do not suffer.
Smart.
But Theo suffers. Don't you care?
Theo's a big boy.
All right. But now we can move into downtime. Unless there's something you want to do actively right now to deal with the birdies, that's just going to be your new status quo.
I'm all right.
I have a really stupid, really cartoonish idea, and I want to know what y'all think about it.
We paint
Okay.
a tunnel on the side of the thing, and then the birdies will think, that's how we drive through it. We'll drive through it.
What if we, like, just spill some, like, real slippery oil on the road or something right before
That's
we
not
know they
cartoonish.
usually drive through?
Cause a car
And the
accident?
fire department showed up and drove
there's
through.
gonna be a public hazard.
No,
Listen, Bailey's already dead.
We'll just deal for now. We'll just deal.
Okay, yeah, that
they-
can be a future thing.
Yeah.
You can't arrest a dead man. Being. Person.
Yeah. All right. So now we've done all of the other steps. Now step 4, downtime. When you're at liberty between cases and find some respite from peril, you may pursue 2 downtime actions. You also recover all your armor uses. During downtime, you may take additional actions by spending 1 coin or 1 rep for each extra action. For any downtime roll, we'll roll +1 die to the roll if you get help from a friend or contact. After the roll, you may increase the result level by 1 for each rep spent by calling on favors, working with your wards, etc. So 1 to 3 becomes a 4 to 5, 4 to 5 becomes a 6, and a 6 becomes a critical. And the things you can do is acquire an asset, engage or work on a long-term project, recover from injuries. Actually, everyone with a level 1 harm is healed. Level 1 harm just heals. And then anything else is, we'll get to that. Reduce heat, work a side job to get an extra coin, train to mark additional XP, or indulge your vice to reduce stress.
So we can do only one of these.
You each get 2 to start with,
Okay.
and then you can buy additional ones to do more. And we can also do like scenes. We can try to like fiddle these into scenes.
Oh no, it's just that I have to do the stress one.
I'm gonna do the stress one as well.
Yeah.
I would like to do the drain one.
Which I believe for you is the
It's
same as
just
indulgence.
stress. That's just stress.
Yeah. You only have 2 drain.
Mm-hmm.
I guess yours is different. You just have to take an action to connect to an industrial grade generator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who wants to do what first?
Just a quick question. Was there a negative thing that happened if you went over the stress? If you
Yes.
got negative stress?
You get
you-
a trauma.
No, that's if you fill your stress clock. If
Yes.
you are
If you
indulging your
reverse it.
vice to reduce stress and roll higher than your stress, you overindulge.
Yes.
And if you overindulge, you can do, there's a few different things that could happen. You make a bad call because of your vice in acquiring it or while under its influence. What did you do? You either attract trouble, brag about your exploits, get lost, and just have to play a different character for a while.
Get lost.
Yeah, it just lost. You get lost in the sauce. You're lost in your vice.
I know. I'm just thinking about it literally. Just like, where did Loic go? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Look,
I got turned around.
have you seen this man?
Or tapped. Your current purveyor cuts you off. Find a new source for your vice.
Right.
I'm just imagining like we open on Loic, like looking at a map, and he looks up, and it's clearly like the Los Angeles skyline, and Loic's just like, none of this looks right.
I have a follow-up question to this. Does this also apply to me or no?
No, you don't have a vice, so you only ever reduce your strain by 5.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because you just hook yourself up to a generator.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, works
I've
for you,
read
you know.
Lost in the source of the generator.
Yeah, you can
Love that.
You can get lost
Love
in
that
juice,
electricity.
It makes me function badly, and that is fun.
Bailey goes online and never comes back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bailey
no.
gets super into RuneQuest.
Hold on, I'm playing Roblox.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I still don't understand Roblox. Anyway.
Neither do I,
it's-
but my
it's-
sister's into it.
It's Minecraft for people who want to spend Bitcoin.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I think.
Interesting.
And Bitcoin is money for people who want to buy drugs using anarchy points. Oh wait, not anarchy, anarcho-capital points.
Mm.
You're so
I thought
right.
Anyway, I don't think I could get lost in the sauce. I have 7 stress. That's like
Yeah,
that's more than a dice roll.
Yeah, you're gonna have some stuff. Thankfully, you have dots in every attribute, because otherwise you would roll twice and take the lower.
Yeah, boss, that's gonna be what Marge gets up to.
Oh boy, you don't have any insight, do you?
No, siree, I do not.
All right. All right. So yes, let's get into it. Do we just? I was gonna have a round of stress reduction.
Sure.
Sure.
Hold on, real quick. Marge wanted to talk to Loic, right?
Yeah, but I don't really know if I have a good. I think it might be a pretty quick conversation. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow-up
we can-
question. Follow-up. Did Loic give Bailey money?
How did we divide this money? Because I have no idea. Because we got 2
2
coin and we have 4 people.
You got 2 coin.
It's for the party. It's a
I know.
amount of money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I
mean,
mean,
but,
I
like,
guess.
You
I
could
think-
you could fictionally have like split it up into like here's $50, here's $50.
Yeah,
but
in theory, Loic has given Bailey an equal share.
Cool. Okay, now we can continue.
Now,
All right.
wait, sorry, one just quick question.
a lot of quick questions.
Sorry. During downtime, you may take additional actions by spending 1 coin or 1 rep for each extra action. Is that a round of actions or a single action?
Single action.
Yeah. Ugh, jeez, this game is stingy.
Mhm.
All right, fine.
Thankfully, as vigilantes, you have the as good as your word, which means you can spend rep as coins. So even though you're gonna get more rep than you get coins, basically.
Okay. Should I do the stress first since it's less dramatic? I only have 1 dice to roll.
Yeah, whoever wants to do it first. If you want to do it first, that's
Yeah.
cool. The way you're going to do it, there's a button that says indulge vice on your character sheets. So how are you indulging your vice?
So there is 2 ways that Loic indulges vice, which was either church or family dinner, with a family that is not his. So I'm gonna see what the number is, and if it's a high one, it's like the family dinner, because I feel like that does more for him. If it's a lower one, it's just he goes to church and he sits around and he's like, "Yep, I'm religious, love it." That's
Sure
a
love
4.
techno Jesus.
That's a 4.
4. All right, that's not too bad.
4 is pretty good.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that takes you down to 3 stress.
Yes. Yeah, he goes to visit Ghost Contact and wait, how do I fix the stress? There we go.
Yeah.
He goes to visit Ghost Teen, who he's been friends with since he was a kid.
What's her name?
Ah, fuck. I had it written down, didn't I? In the doc.
I did not see that. I don't.
Hang
At
on.
least I don't remember that.
I wrote a name down. I do remember her being the only contact that had a name. Let me see. Jillian Joyce. Her name is Jillian.
Cute.
That's a good
Jillian
name.
Joyce. Jillian Joyce. Ghost Teen.
Yes. But yeah, he goes over there. They're just like a regular family. I don't know how to describe this. He goes to have
No?
dinner with his family, and he he communicates what she's saying to her parents. That's usually what he
Okay.
does.
So her parents are aware that you are a medium and that you are here as a go between them and Jillian.
Yes.
Cool. So I guess we don't have to look at the whole family conversation, but what's your relationship currently with Jillian herself? She was like your older sister figure when you were a kid, but now she is eternally
Yes.
16, and you
Yeah.
are now an adult man.
Yes. I think she hasn't aged, but she is she's been like living for a while, so she still acts like his older sister.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, I don't know what's up with ghosts. Can they leave places? Can they just wander around?
They can wander around Fortune City.
Yeah, she's like wandering around Fortune City. She knows what's going on, so she's like, she probably knows about the case.
Mm-hmm.
She's like giving him grief for joining this like investigation team that he kept like shit talking to her. Like, oh, that Theo, he's so annoying. I can't believe he moved in to my space.
Mm-hmm.
How dare he? She's like, oh, now you're working with him, huh? How's that going? How's that? What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
She's real annoying.
You know, I've been reading over these kids' shoulders to the library. Have you ever heard of Tsundere?
No, I what?
Never mind. He floats.
Good.
Yeah, so she's been a ghost now than she was alive longer.
Yes.
Wild. Which means
Yeah.
that her parents are very old.
I'd say they're like in their maybe 50s
It's
or
not-
60s.
Yeah, I guess not very old.
Not
but like,
very, very old.
No, but like older.
They're old enough to be Loic's parents, which is why it's weird.
Mm. What do you eat there? What's the cuisine?
Like lasagna.
Hell yeah.
It should be fettuccine, so we have the callback.
For what? Wait, to what?
Ford's dad made us fettuccine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And not like fettuccine Alfredo or like some like dish that has fettuccine in it. He just said fettuccine.
It was
Yeah, this is just pasta, like the strips of lasagna that you put in the pasta. It's just like on a plate. There's no sauce. There's no meat. No, I'm just kidding. It's the regular.
You can't get lost in the sauce because it's not there.
Because there's no sauce to be found. Hey, it's the Great Depression.
the Joyce family has an orange cat who sits at the table with you.
No, let them have a black cat. Let them have a black cat.
Oh, okay. I was making a Garfield joke.
Yeah, it was a great.
I was going to make a James Joyce joke.
Oh, that works too.
You know, James
yeah.
Joyce was referencing Garfield.
I am taking a class right now that is 100% correct.
Just don't read any of Jillian's dad's letters.
Oh my god.
I'm not familiar with James Joyce.
Oh, he was a pervert.
Oh boy.
He was also like a very interesting literary figure and the love of my teacher's life, literary wise.
He just wrote some gnarly, nasty letters to his wife.
I mean,
yeah.
Let's just continue. We can talk about James Joyce all day. Let's just keep going.
Kink shame
Yeah,
James Joyce
let's
later.
keep going. Okay.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Jillian has an alliterative name, and Loic has an alliterative name. I feel bad that Lloyd doesn't have an alliterative name, so let's put a pin on Lloyd Moody, and I'll think of something later.
it's all comic book names for Loic's like
Yes, every single
sphere
one of
of
them.
Getting
influence.
that Roy G. Bivola up in here.
Okay, so good job. You reduced your stress. You had a nice dinner. Who
Yes.
wants to go next?
I can go next.
Okay.
I'm going to be indulging my vice of gambling, and I am wondering if I may take plus 1d if I get help from my purveyor.
Your purveyor being Fortune's favorite.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Totally.
actually, I was thinking if I could get help from Jack. Like, if maybe he could come by and we could chat. Because he said that
Sure.
I owed him one, and I figured we could sort of explore what that means here.
Yeah, I dig that. So your vice purveyor is Fortune's favorite,
Yes.
which is a gang in the city. Their leadership is an unknown quantity. Nobody knows who runs them. They just know that they run the gambling houses.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, like, you don't know who runs them. You, as a person who has been deep in the organized crime network of this city.
Yeah.
But so basically, they don't run casinos. They run like gambling houses, usually out the back of restaurants and laundromats and stuff like that. So what's paint me a picture. Where is this taking place?
Yeah, so it's in the back of it's in the back of a restaurant. The restaurant is very clearly a front. No one really eats there at the restaurant. It's like a crappy short order place too. It's like, you know, burgers and fries. And it's always fucking empty. And if you're in the know, you go into the back room where they have a little like gambling parlor set up, a couple of tables. I think it's just stuff like, you know, blackjack and hold'em. But I'm thinking Marge. Well, okay, so I'm gonna throw this out here. Should Marge be playing cards, which I think is more sort of fun to have a conversation with someone with, or should Marge be like betting on the horses and just having a drink at the bar? Because I feel like I've always imagined Marge is like gambling as being like horse racing and you know, dog racing and shit like that. But I understand that it's much more dramatic to be playing cards with somebody while you're chatting with them.
I'll open it up to everyone else as well.
Any suggestions on which of the two?
What if like could be kind of a combination of both? Where Marge is playing some kind of competitive game, like maybe not necessarily cards, maybe like dominoes while she's waiting for the results to come in.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Again, we're playing dominoes, and I still don't know how to play dominoes.
Oh, we're not playing dominoes. We're playing Hold'em. And I know you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, so I know you know how to play Hold'em.
I know how to play Hold'em. I was hoping that you would be playing like craps or something where you have to roll dice.
And cry.
Dice,
And cry.
Yeah. I can be craps too. Yeah, sure, it'll be craps. It's craps. That's fun.
Okay. So you get there first. And people know you here. People know Marge Devlin. And then the door opens again, and Jack's shadow falls across everybody, and I was like, oh no, this is an active pack member, and they all look, and they freeze for a second.
Because... And Marge has her back turned, she rolls the dice, and he gets snake eyes. Ah! Snake eyes is bad in craps.
Okay. Jack takes off his hat and his coat, and he says, "Don't worry, folks. I'm here for pleasure, not business." And they all kind of relax, because I think I said it before. The pack is kind of trying to stomp out Fortune's Favored. But he's not here to do that, and so he doesn't give a shit.
As my money gets pulled away from me, I sort of look back at Jack and I say, if you keep coming around here, they're not going to let me gamble anymore.
I'm not so sure you should be gambling here. You know we have much better tables at the casino.
Yeah, any of those that I'd be allowed to sit at?
Maybe the one outside.
Woof.
He sits down and he picks up a handful of dice and he holds them out for you to blow on.
I blow on him.
Throws him. He gets a good roll. He doesn't even look. He just like tosses him aside.
I look at the roll and I look back at Jack and I say, I guess you're buying my next round then.
Yeah, it's not like you have much money to begin with. Pulls out a billfold and waves a drink host over. Which I think there's just one guy. This is a small establishment. So things broke bad with the birdies the other day. I understand.
I sort of frown and I say, all these rich boys playing it being hard, but they just pissed me off.
Sure. I tell you, it is not easy cleaning up after you. You leave a big mess. Do you know how much a pool table costs?
No, well, not exactly, but I assume it's pretty penny.
More than you make. But thankfully they're insured. And he gets his money back and then hands the dice to you.
Thank you for cleaning up after my mess, I mean.
Oh, of course. What are friends for, Marge?
I do a cocky grin and raise my glass to him.
You know, the revelry's coming up.
Same time every month.
Give or take. What are you going to do?
Well, I suppose I was going to make my way out into the desert. Someplace where I can't do too much damage. Yeah, maybe I'll find a lizard or, I don't know, an armadillo or something.
Something with a little bit of challenge to it. Once upon a time, we would just lock ourselves up in basements. It's incredible that we have so much room to run around in now.
The land of opportunity.
From sea to shining sea. And he raises his glass and clinks it against yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you should roll Vice. You get a +1 for him.
Yes.
Alrighty. Which I believe means we'll just end up with you just rolling one die.
It says input value, number of dice is 1, right?
Yes. Oh, that's fortune.
Okay. Can I take it?
You didn't.
3's not terrible.
3's not terrible. Yeah. You roll. There's a button for indulge.
I know. I misclicked. Do you mind if I just take that one since it's a 3, or do you want me to roll again?
No, you're fine.
So I can take that 3.
Yeah, you can take that 3.
Oh yeah.
Also, if you ever resist an effect and get a crit during a mission, you reduce your stress by 1.
Yes, I know that. Or is it a crit or just a 6?
It's a crit, I believe. So that's Marge betting on the ponies.
I just say, does he have anything he wants to let me know about doing a favor for him right now, or will that come later?
Not yet.
Okay.
He says there's a lot of plates in the air. We'll see how things shake out after the moon has set.
I sort of nod my glass. I take a sip of it, and then while I'm lowering the glass, so I'm saying out of the side of my mouth, I say, "How's Muriel?"
Angry, as always. They've got her. They've got us trying to sniff out this place's bosses.
Well, for my sake, I hope she doesn't find any.
We'll see. She's got a good nose, that one.
So, I reduce my drain by hooking up to an industrial grade generator.
Yes.
Do we have one of those?
I don't think so.
Okay. 'Cause I was thinking, what if the Mainspring Club did?
That would make sense. Yeah.
'Cause that's probably where Bailey did a lot of their research when they were alive, and probably how this kind of hull frame was initially accidentally created. So I need someone to take me there. And I think it would be really funny. Well, I don't know, funny. I think would be more maybe sad and awkward if it was Marge. 'Cause here's Bailey's kind of train of thought is that Marge seems like she'd ask the least questions if Bailey was just like, "Hey, go with me to this bar. I'll buy you a drink."
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I don't really. I would if you really wanted me to, if you were persuasive enough, I would just cut the wires on a power station and drag you in there. I don't care.
No, I think this is probably easier for Bailey. So when's a time that Marge is around the building, the headquarters, HQ?
I pretty much come every day since it's my job.
Cool. Well, listen, you never know.
Yeah.
So I think it's the end of one of Marge's, shifts, days of work, when kind of Bailey rolls up to her and goes, "Marge, would you like a drink?"
I look down at my beer.
Would you like another drink?
When I finish this one, I presume yes, I would.
If you take me to the Mainspring Club in Bell Village, I will buy you another drink.
Do you need to go to the Mainspring Club?
Yes,
And why won't you have Loic take you?
because Loic is currently at some family dinner. Also,
Fine.
I would like someone who does not ask questions, Marge.
I sort of give that face that's like, well, you got me there. Fine. Top shelf, though.
I have $50.
Okay, yeah, we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's the can this be during Irina's shift?
Yeah, I
'Cause I
imagine
think-
so.
That would make things a lot easier for Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Where when they kind of come in, if she's behind the bar,
Mm-hmm.
Bailey just kind of sorry, Mario posted Loic voice, I didn't give you money to be spending it on alcohol.
I love that.
I think if Irina is there, Bailey just kind of like rolls up behind the bar and gently like taps her on the leg.
So, she's Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well I'm going to do a Russian accent.
You can do just an American accent and just say that she's a sleeper agent or something.
Sure. Or anyway.
But like, I mean, you know, it's feasibly she's been here for a minute.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
And she looks down and she says, Bailey.
And I think Bailey hands her $20 and goes, please give that werewolf over there a drink,
Don't.
but nothing too expensive.
She looks at the $20 and she shrugs. And she goes and gets a bottle of top shelf liquor. And she says, how do you take it? On the rocks? Dry? I can make a cocktail. I can put in some...
Just pour it.
Okay. She pours it into a glass and slides it over, and she looks at Bailey and she says, do you want me to pour a little bit on the floor?
No, but I would like to recharge.
Ah, yeah. She puts the bottle back on the shelf, and she raises the divider on the bar so that Bailey can come in, even though Bailey is shorter than the divider.
Bailey slides under it.
Yeah, it's basically just like, hey, you can come back here now. And I think they've got it in like just behind the bar. It's basically like a Roomba dock, except it's got like an elevator so they can charge multiple ones.
Great.
They're all stacked on
That's
top of
cute.
each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bailey really likes going to the Mainspring Club, and Bailey needs someone to bring them, so they just stay there for a while. Like listening to people chatter.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, buy Marge drinks and then get her to take them home when they're done charging.
Absolutely. Yeah, as far as chatter goes, not a whole lot. You hear people are like, oh man, Peter's not around anymore. I wonder what happened to Peter. You get the feeling, the idea from Irina as well that Pipes like would come over here and, he was studying engines and he was studying chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
She sold him some acid one time.
Yeah.
Talented chemist, she says.
Well, he did almost blow me up.
Excuse me?
I was with a detective. We were hired by the Chromios. Pipes
Well-
fucked up their car.
Well, that was foolish of him.
Yes. It was even more foolish to get involved with us.
I hear that. She goes back to tending bar. All right, so you reduce your stress, your wear by 5, and since you only had 2 wear, you just clear it.
Great. To drain, not wear.
To drain. Yeah, where is your trauma?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Theodore.
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 There was a move to reduce heat, right?
Yes, to reduce heat is reduce heat. You say how you reduce heat on the crew and roll your action. You reduce heat according to the result level. 1 to 3 is 1 pip. 4 to 5 is 2 pips. A 6 is 3 pips, and a crit is 5 pips.
Sick.
And heat is basically like the negative attention that is on your.
I was
gang.
gonna say the lads in the cars. Is that heat?
Well, that was specifically an entanglement. Even if you reduce heat, they'll still be around until you deal with it. But this,
I just thought it would be fun if
less
he went
heat-
out and was like, because they know him and talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can also do that. That's not a downtime action. That's just you, like, dealing with some people.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, we have a lot of heat. I just checked.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sure
if
do.
Where's
you-
it from?
How many
some of
crimes?
We did this. You guys
you
kept
gotta-
wanting to add heat.
You got some bonus heat from, I think, either from a Devil's Bargain, because you made it loud, and then you got some extra heat for being on a hostile turf, some heat for dealing with well-connected targets.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm going to do. I don't have any other pitches for what I could do about it apart from talking to the guys, but they don't count as heat, so.
Yes, so reducing heat, there's a lot of different things. Like, you could go and be like, hey, newspaper man, write some nice stuff about us.
Okay.
And make it so people don't look at us with like fear. Or you could like, go down to the police station and be like, hey, cops, we're cool.
Hey, cops are cool.
give them some donuts or some whatever.
Shit, the cops like.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or money, yeah. Basically, heat is not just the singular gang that is after you. It is the attention of all players in the city.
I like newspaper then. Newspaper's fun.
Okay.
Yes. Write some propaganda about us. Newspaper? Okay. Yes.
So there's 2 newspapers in the city. There is there's the City Review which is by Mason, Dixon Millennium, News and Information.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the city's, thing.
Yes.
And then there is also the the Fortune City Starlights, which is an independent newspaper.
Is that the cool one?
That's kind of the cool one.
I would like to go to the cool
They're
one.
like, we print the truth.
Yeah. I want to go talk to the cool one.
Okay. So Fortune City Starlight is owned by a man named Raymond Starr, who is a gentleman's gentleman. He sits in his office, his glass-walled office at the top of the Fortune City Starlight's newsroom. He's wearing a smoking jacket. He has a pencil mustache. He has coiffed hair. He looks like a Leyendecker painting.
Oh, fantastic.
He stands there with his hands on his hips, smoking a pipe as you come in.
Great. Theo's looks like usual, and he's brought his cat. As usual.
Hell yeah!
This is emotional support cat.
This is my emotional support cat. Look at this perfectly good giant beef dude. You gave him anxiety and needs an emotional support. Okay. Does he say anything when I walk in, or?
Not yet, because he's like I said, he's standing in front of a full floor to ceiling window looking over the newsroom that you walked into.
So he's a drunk bitch.
Yeah. So this is a newspaper office. So there's like, what is it? Like a bullpen. That's the word. A bunch of desks with people at typewriters. And he sees you come in and he puts his finger in the air and then walks down the stairs towards you.
Oh.
And he says, welcome. Raymond Starr. Pleasure to meet you. How can I help you today, sir?
Theo puts his hand out to shake his hand, and says, Mr. Starr.
He shakes your hand vigorously.
Good. Strong handshake. My name is Theodore Sinclair. I was wondering if you could help me with a, public relations issue.
Public relations? Ah, yes. Understandable in this city. You gotta make money to spend money. You gotta spend money to make it. You gotta be known to be known, and you have to be known well to do well. How can I help you, son?
Theo explains what I'm in a detective crew and stuff. And my team has really received some negative attention recently, and I was wondering if maybe you could shed some more positive light on us.
Ah, interesting. Let me introduce you to my head reporter. Charlotte, come over here. A woman steps up. Her name this is Charlotte Chagrin. She's the best pensmith we've got in the business. She nods to you and she says, Charlotte, this is Theodore Sinclair of the Third Eye Detective Agency. Third Eye Investigations.
Theo also shakes her hand.
She says, I've heard of you. Lita Angelique was talking about you in Operation Whole Truth.
Theo, smiles just a little tiny bit nervously and says, good things?
Well, she says you're not cops, which is good enough for a lot of people.
Yes. Well.
But I also heard that you beat a lot of boys down in the upper district.
Well, that was a misunderstanding. I know those boys personally, and I do think they're a little quick to trying to prove that they are the toughest.
Men. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, men.
Yeah. So you can give me a roll to, this is probably some sort of social role.
Yes.
Maybe a consort?
Consort. I have one of those.
Yes. And if you maybe you want to spend a point of something to get an extra die, up to you.
Yes. Stress.
You could push yourself. Yeah.
What is the other options?
Your investigative abilities. If you have an interpersonal one that is helpful in this case.
Oh yes, I do have flattery.
Your flattery and you have reassurance.
Yes.
And I think either of those could work.
Yeah, I go with flattery because it's fun.
Okay.
It says some stuff about her writing and the paper and how much she respects it.
The higher this goes, the more flattering her piece in turn will be on you.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, so just hit on consort and what's my position?
We'll just say risky standard. It doesn't really matter this position. This would actually probably be we could just roll fortune for it. With your consort die, because the position doesn't matter, just how much you roll.
So roll fortune with 2 dice. Is that how many I'm doing?
Yes, with 2 dice.
Yes. Input value.
How well do they like me? Well, just describe what you're doing.
Wait, do I have to put anything into input value? Sorry?
Not necessarily. That's just the description of what
Oh.
the role is for.
Oh, okay.
Let as well do it so that we can, if we don't write it down, we can look back and see. 4.
Oh boy.
Okay. No, that's fine. A 4 means you reduce your heat by 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
If you'd
Nice.
like, you can spend a point of rep to take that up to a 6. And then reduce it by 3 instead.
How much rep do we have?
How much
You
heat
have-
do
We have okay.
We
So
have
hold on.
5.
We have 4 rep. Now we have 3 heat. I want to ask a quick question. Is it 5 rep equals a turf?
6 for looks, right?
No, I don't think so. Turf is something you get yourself.
Okay, so what happens when we have 5 rep? Because that's the highest rep.
You can pay coin to advance in tier.
Ooh. Okay, and then it takes 5 rep and 1 coin, right?
And it's actually you have to fill up this entire bar.
But okay.
So
Those
and
are-
then turf. Each point of turf means you don't have to fill it up as high.
Oh shit.
Whoop.
Sorry, what was
Yeah.
it
What?
for?
See, you can fill the turf black, and that means you only have to fill up your rep bar.
How do we get
The
turf?
less turf, you take it from someone.
Okay, so we
Let's
can't
see.
purchase it or anything.
No, you have to gain it. So you see this stuff where it says layer and then there's map to other things.
Yes.
Those are called claims. Claims are basically
Pieces of turf.
you just pieces of turf or other things, and you get them by doing things.
Okay, so you're going to give those to us at Parents in the Story.
No, you tell me what you want to get, and then we figure out how you get it and who you get it from.
Is that during a mission?
It would be like
Okay.
getting a claim could basically be a mission.
Okay. Since we're a investigation agency, I feel like probably fictionally speaking, getting claims will be tangentially related to the fictional events.
It very
Ow.
well could be. I'll have to think about which things belong to which. But yeah, in the base game, claims are something that the players actively seek out. And they obviously they give you bonuses, but it's cool because if you seek them out and you get them, but you don't have to fill up a clock for them necessarily.
Okay. Thank you. But we have 4 rep, and I think spending it isn't the worst idea in the world. We get a
You
lot
can
of
spend
rep.
1 rep to reduce your heat by another 1.
Reducing our heat by 1.
So rep is just so I got it clear. Rep is just
It's
to
experience.
use for stuff. Okay. Oh, it's so we could save it.
Yes.
You
Stuff?
could save it. Yes,
We could save it to level up our tier, which is having a better tier makes it easier to acquire assets or do some other things.
And also having a higher tier also affects your power level in relation to other factions.
Right.
The higher your tier, the more high risk and high reward jobs you can take.
And the better quality of gear you have in general.
Right. I don't know. I think keeping the rep would, unless we really have to use it for something.
I do have the argument that we should use 1 rep to try to acquire an asset because I think having some assets would be nice.
Yeah, but
Which asset were you thinking?
So are assets this list of basically gear?
So acquire an asset is anything. Really.
A favorable contract
Dirty
with the
cop.
police. Yeah, dirty cop.
Yes. Dirty cop.
Yeah.
Something like
That could be so to acquire an asset is you get it and you have it for the next case. If you want to get that cop as a contact for that would be a long-term project to smoosh that cop.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. I thought it was a forever thing.
Wait,
Yeah.
where is the cop?
I'll start a long-term project to
It's just-
to
it's-
smooth whatever a cop.
Schmooze.
Schmooze.
Yeah.
It's just an example. The cop is just an example. It's not on the sheet anywhere.
I don't
Oh,
know,
okay. I was looking for the cop for some reason. Because both
but
of
I
you
don't
said
know.
it at the same time. I was like, where's the cop?
I don't know. I've been thinking, and I think we need a dirty cop.
I think we should get a boat.
Oh, we need a car
We're in
too.
the desert. Why do we need a boat? We're in the goddamn desert.
in any
God.
case, I think I won't use the rep, and I'll just deal with the heat that we've got.
Okay, so that's a 4. It's a partial success. Raymond calls for over Lenny Moldiva, their resident photographer. He takes a picture of the three of you together, and you run in the second page.
Hell yeah!
All right, hell yeah,
Hell yeah!
That's pretty good.
All right, we
Round and round she goes again. To Marge. No, who's
No.
Marge?
Look,
Marge.
Loic.
Loic.
Loic started. It's Loic, Marge, Bailey, Theo.
Yes. I want to train. I want more
Okay.
XP.
Okay.
I
What
want
are
more
you
stuff.
training in?
So how does XP work again? Because I have not grasped it.
So when you train, you're gonna mark 1 pip on Insight, Prowess, or Resolve, but you can only pick Insight or Resolve because we don't have training facilities for Prowess.
Sure, I
Nope,
can't.
that
box
is
or
not
anything.
that is not correct.
Oh,
I was wrong.
Yes.
okay.
You can train any of your XP tracks, Prowess,
Okay.
Insight, Resolve, or Playbook. If you
Okay.
pick Insight or Resolve, you mark 2 XP
Ooh.
because we have training in those. So that it's not that it gives you the option to do it. It gives you a bonus to it.
Okay, so just to clarify, what is the difference? What does resolve mean? What does it entail?
So Resolve is to resist consequences from mental strain or willpower. So
Do I just meditate?
Yeah.
I mean, you could also look at the point at the action that you're wanting to put a point in once you do it,
Yeah.
which would be
Either attune or sway. I want to get real good at either one of those.
so attune. You could definitely be meditating. Could be
Trying to talk
working-
to ghosts.
working
Yeah.
through the ghost field, finding stuff.
Yeah.
And then sway could be reading how to make friends and influence people.
Look with the self-help book.
I was thinking for Resolve, training Resolve is like, I'm not training Resolve, but if I was, I would literally have Marge doing 5-finger fillet.
Oh yeah,
What?
so like scaring yourself.
Yep.
Testing
5-finger fillet is
your
a game where
steel.
you just take a knife and stab between your fingers and try not to hit
I
them.
didn't know it. I did not know that had a name.
Yep,
Yeah.
5-finger
Yeah.
fillet.
It's got other names. It's a very colloquial game.
Sure.
but
a game,
five-finger-
quote unquote.
But 5-finger fillet is what they call it in Red Dead Redemption.
We used that's what we also call it just in Illinois. I played that
okay.
shit in high school all the time. It was dumb. It's not a good game.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember high school.
Yeah.
Okay, in theory, I'm gonna choose the ghost one, so I'm just gonna go sit outside and talk to some ghosts, talk to the spirits, whatever.
Hey man,
Are
how's
you
it
doing
going?
it under the guise of feeding pigeons? Please say you're doing it under the guise
Oh,
of feeding
yes,
and talking to
absolutely.
pigeons.
That's adorable.
That's really good. Yeah, you're sitting at a park bench, you're throwing out crumbs, and then every so often a ghost will come sit down. Like, hey.
Loic really is like old man aesthetic.
hmm
The oldest character.
All right, yeah, and so you can mark 2 XP in Resolve.
Nice.
All right, Marge.
I will also be training. I will be training Insight, and the way that looks is that Marge is poring over old files for cases.
Okay. I dig that.
Yep. I'm looking over the
so
old
that-
cases and seeing oh, what's the patterns here? Were there any cold cases we couldn't solve? Stuff like that. Doing my job.
Totally. Nikita. Bailey.
Right. I think I want to train Playbook. That's just one
Okay.
tick, right?
Yeah, I don't think you have training in personal training.
No. And I think that just looks like Bailey cleaning the headquarters in Loic's apartment and dancing along with the radio and getting a better feel of the vacuum cleaner vessel.
Body. Yeah.
Aw. It's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's another training. Theodore.
Training. He's gonna
Everyone's
train.
training. Everyone wants to level up.
Everyone wants to level
Get
up.
buff.
so fucking slow in this game.
It's rough.
Yeah.
All right, so
Get swole.
what are you training, Theo?
Hunting. Because he's a hunt boy.
So insight.
Yeah. Yes. Inside.
Insight is the track, and you're doing it by hunting.
Yes.
Dope.
Does he go hunting with his dad? Is that
Nope. He goes hunting without his dad. No, he he doesn't, I don't think he goes hunting. I think he's gone to a shooting range.
Practicing his form.
Yes.
Totally. So yeah, that's 2 pips on that. Now, does anybody want to spend a rep or a coin to get anything else?
I'm going to pitch
What
this.
can we get?
Well, we can do another downtime activity. I'm going to pitch that we could spend a rep to start work on a long-term project of getting ourselves a cohort because we have 0 of those right now.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah.
What kind of cohort? Just like the cop?
We could get a dirty cop. If you have any other suggestions for a cool cohort for us to have, I'm all ears.
No, I don't.
Cool.
I don't think the cop is good.
All right then. The cop. We're starting. I'll spend 1 rep to start a long-term project, for us to get a less than reputable police officer who's willing to bend the rules and work with us.
We should also think about getting a car, maybe.
But
Maybe.
how do we
You
buy
can,
things?
So getting a car would be when you level up your crew. You could spend. You have 2 choices. You could buy another special ability, or you could get 2 upgrades.
Ooh.
And car is one of the upgrades.
I think getting 2 upgrades sounds pretty nice.
Yes.
Let me see the special abilities, actually. I don't want to just say things.
Roots is an incredibly good special ability if we have a cohort.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at Loic's special abilities. Hang on.
Veteran might be interesting, gives us a lot of options.
Ooh, Roots is pretty good, actually. Free asset.
Avengers is a pretty powerful crew ability for us.
Oh, true.
What's that crew ability again?
It's called Avengers. It basically gets us all a free pip, which is kind of insane.
Ooh.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah. Everything, every diff crew type has that for a couple of actions. So for you, you'd be able to add +1 to hunt, prowl, or command.
I assume we're all cool with the, well, even though Sloane's gone, I figure I can, roll this thing, get it out of the way, this downtime thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
So work on a long-term project.
You can acquire an asset to get something, and then you can acquire that asset again later. But if you want to acquire an asset permanently, you can work on it as a long-term project.
I think we can start work on getting this police officer. By the way, we're like nice. Hi, son. Welcome back.
Hey!
What did I miss?
Welcome back.
We just ship the shit. Nothing.
Yeah.
Are you okay with us spending 1 rep to start a long-term project?
Yeah. What project are we doing?
Get ourselves a cop in our pocket.
Sure.
Yeah. Or just like a contact, or I guess a cohort in the
A
sense,
cohort, yeah.
which means that he'll do stuff for you.
All right. I would like to roll command for that. Because I'm just basically saying, look, you should work with us, here's why, blah, blah.
Yeah, so based on the goal of the project, the GM will tell you the clocks to create and suggest a message by which you might make progress. Okay, so yeah, command I think works. We will put a clock on your character sheet. It will be a 6-step clock. Get a cop. Get a friend on the force.
And I assume this guy's like a Commissioner Gordon type, where he's like kind of... Commissioner Gordon bends the rules, but he's like a nice guy because we're kind of like supposed to be good guys, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Ostensibly, we're good guys.
So this is a friend from it's a new friend from the Quentin Peacekeeper Company.
Mm-hmm.
And their name, you can tell me what they're like, and I can pick a name from my list.
I think they're like disillusioned with the
Okay.
way that the policing is done in the city. They were like kind of an idealist, and they've been kind of beaten down by the bureaucracy of the system.
Okay. I think I know who it is. It was one of the names that I had suggested for Javert. I like a lot, so I'm just going to suggest it again for this guy, which is Hamish Moody.
Ooh, I like that. All right, I shall roll command.
Mm-hmm.
Risky or normal controlled position. What's the position?
You mark. Basically, the positioning isn't going to matter. It's a 1 to 3 is 1 tick, a 4 to 5 is 2 ticks, a 6 is 3 ticks, and a critical is 5 ticks on the clock.
Bonus dice 0, and I got a 6.
A 6.
Hey.
Hell yeah! 3 ticks.
so that's-
halfway there.
That's that clock halfway there. Pretty solid. You could spend a coin or another rep to bump that up to a crit and get it to 5. But
That's
rep is
tempting.
kind of at a premium.
What do you guys say? Spend a coin for that?
I think
it's
for now
fine.
we good. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You wouldn't finish it in this downtime cycle anyway, so you might as well just leave it more to be done.
Yeah, see what we
And then you
can get done next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that, I think, right? That's all the downtime that we're doing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, the call comes in, or somebody comes in. Oh no! This time it's not someone who arrives, but someone who calls.
Leaves.
No,
Doesn't arrive.
Someone- you receive a call from Anastasia Montano, your contact, the lounge singer.
Mm.
A famous lounge singer. She works at the Iblis Lounge. Is her most common thing, and she would like you to meet her near her apartment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Was she part robot, or am I imagining that?
You have
Did
created that fiction in your wonderful
It's canon
imagination.
now.
I don't know why I misremember that. I was like, is that was
I
she
mean,
a
the
robot?
Chromios are cyborgs. A lot of them.
Now, the Iblis Lounge was... What was that again?
It's all.
Just,
Iblis Lounge is a group of Richies, who. Let me see the thing. Iblis Lounge.
it's the spirit people,
They
right?
fetishize the supernatural, right?
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, and it's also a lounge.
Yes.
Like
My
a-
point, I was
okay,
trying to
okay.
remember if this is the group that Theo's sister hangs out with. And
Yes.
it is.
Your sister.
Yes.
It is her crowd. And they are in positive standing with you.
Oh.
Because of Anastasia. Yes, and so she's not necessarily up in the she's kind of a debutante because she's a famous singer, but she's not like super rich. She works there rather than like going there for fun.
Mm.
That's a good idea, Sloan. And so yeah, so she asks you to meet her near her apartment. And basically just says, there's a cafe, just a couple blocks away, if you wouldn't mind coming down.
Where is her apartment?
It is in the middle class district.
Okay. Ooh, it's a little far. It's a little far.
It's closer than the birdies are.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you know her?
Us? How do we know her?
Yeah.
I think we did a job for. Oh my god, she had some sort of person who died, that she was related to under suspicious means, and we solved the murder.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it's
Iblis
she's
Lounge, for the
heartbroken
record,
to
is-
see us usually because we were even though we were played an instrumental in bringing the killer to justice. She can't help but remember her lost. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she invites you to this cafe. Does anyone want to name the cafe?
Mm-hmm. No, someone else do it. Alice's Restaurant.
Alice's Restaurant Cafe.
Is this in this? It's near where she lives.
Yeah, it's in the middle class district. Less the suburbs. The suburbs are like the outer rim of the middle class district, and then internally it's like apartments, businesses, middle scale businesses, restaurants.
Middle class district cafe number 247.
Actually, like, some number could be, like, cool, like cafe
69.
number 7, cafe number 420.
Mari, this is just for you and me. Club 96.
Yeah, how about cafe number 9 or potion number 9?
Well, potion's fun.
Which, well, not necessarily. Yeah, Love Potion number 9 is a song.
Just name it that.
From this era.
Yeah, that actually sounds kind of fun.
The song doesn't exist in this universe. It's not copyrighted. It's fine.
Man, we could use that excuse to get away with all sorts of shit. Wow.
It's parody law.
Yeah. It'll be just like that
As long
movie
as we
Danny
don't
Boyle's
play
making. What's that? The Beatles don't exist. and we
Stupid
get
Love
famous?
Potion number 9.
Number 9. Yes, classic song. Yeah, so she invites you to Love Potion number 9, which is a coffee shop and cafe in the middle class district. We'll throw that down over here. It's where all the cool kids hang out. I see everyone moving together. Good.
We're a team.
Is she already there when we get there,
Also-
or?
Yes, she is there when you get there. She is wearing an overcoat and a scarf.
Ah, yes.
And a pair of big sunglasses.
Classic.
You know the look. The incognito.
Also, was this like drama case that you guys did? Was it before or after Loic and Bailey joined the crew?
Could have been like the first job they did together.
Oh, true.
And then that's going to be some fun bonus content down the road.
Yeah.
And what was her name again?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Well, then
Anastasia.
Theo says,
Beverly Hills.
then when they sit down,
I
Theo
think
says,
you solved her brother's murder.
yes.
Ooh.
Theo says, like,
Yeah.
Anastasia, it's good to see you again. Is everything okay?
Mrs. Sinclair, it's lovely to see you as well. I wish it was under better circumstances. Unfortunately, things are not well.
Oh,
Which is why I've called you to hire you to help me.
With what?
She sighs, she looks down at her coffee, she stirs in some sugar. She says, I sing at the Iblis Lounge. You all know this. Last couple weeks, every time I sing, I come back to my green room, my dressing room, and there's a flower on the vanity.
Congratulations.
How is this our problem?
Theo shoots them both a look.
Let me. Is Bailey in a kid seat? Booster seat?
Oh.
High chair.
No. Bailey's a big pot. Bailey's just, I think, sitting on a regular chair.
Okay.
Dragged it up, glaring at everyone.
I do need to know what this mental image is, because there's a difference between like it being like a booth and we're all like in there, or it being like a table where it's usually just like a one-on-one thing where it's like, I have to meet with you, it's very important, but now it's like 4 people on this table, on a single table.
I think it's definitely a booth. She's inside the booth, like on the bench inside, and the rest of you are sitting on chairs on the outside of the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know the kind of booth that is a long bench with tables in front of it?
Damn, nobody's allowed to sit next to this girl?
I mean, you can
No.
sit next to her if you want.
We did it for, like, the shot.
Yeah. And she says, The problem is, nobody's supposed to go inside my dressing room except for staff, and none of the staff have. No one's copping to leaving the flowers. No one saw anybody else go in there and leave the flowers. But they keep coming. And then, last night, I came home to my apartment, and it was full of them.
You know what? This doesn't sound too bad, is it?
Milione allegros. One person out there is gonna get that.
Is it just flowers? Have you gotten like any newspaper cut threatening notes? Like, I'll get you.
No, but somebody was in my home.
Yeah, but like it's flowers.
Somebody was in my home.
Yeah.
To give you flowers.
Yes.
Come on.
I feel like we are dismissing this woman's pain and trauma.
I am terrified. Somebody was in my home. Somebody can get into my place of work without anybody seeing them. Sure, it was flowers this time, but what if it's not next time?
Have you considered it was a ghost?
I roll my eyes.
Obviously,
It happens.
we are taking this seriously, everyone. And is there
Yes.
anyone who has shown interest in giving you flowers recently?
I'm a lounge singer.
Yeah, I know. You know, like
I don't see
specific.
your point.
People throw flowers in the
Anyone particularly determined, I guess?
You got any stalkers?
Yeah,
Anyone
you
with
got any
half of a
stalkers?
face burnt off and covered with a white mask.
Okay. Obviously, I have a stalker because they were inside my home. But I don't know who they are. And they haven't said anything.
Nobody's approached you in person, is there? Okay.
No.
Well, we will get on this immediately. Is there anywhere else you can stay that's not your apartment?
Oh no.
I don't know. It's hard. I have the bus schedule mapped out. I can get from my apartment to the lounge in 20 minutes. I don't know where else I can go that I can get that sort of, efficiency.
Out of character. Please volunteer Margie's place.
I can do that right now.
Yeah,
Why
well,
do you not stay with Marge? Certified bodyguard. She is.
Marge lives close to there.
I cough up
Probably.
coffee. No, I live in fucking poor place. But yeah, I like choke up on my coffee.
Marge lives next to a bus stop.
That is true. I do live next to a bus stop, but
Marge also took out an entire gang of birdies the other day.
okay, that is also technically true.
Maybe. I mean, I could also just sleep at the lounge, but this person has already exhibited an ability to get in there. I just don't feel safe anywhere anymore.
Okay, fine. But you're sleeping on the floor.
Marge.
Oh my god. Fine. Would you
don't
like
own a
breakfast
couch?
would you like breakfast in bed too?
This girl who's been like crying in fears, like just looks at you.
Everyone's so mean to her.
Yeah. This woman has a stalker who's broken into her home, and no one.
I roll my eyes and I firmly put a hand on her shoulder and I say, "Nothing will happen to you when I'm around. But if anyone does try to do anything, something very bad will happen to them."
You'll forgive me if that's not entirely calming.